Hey everybody, this is Fernando from the 11 Count, and I'm here with my lovable boy idiot Eddie, and we are going to
What'd you call
bullshit
me?
about wrestling. Lovable idiot.
Lover boy. Oh, you know what? That's an upgrade. I'll take that. Thank you. Folks, I know normally it's like it's like AEW and WWE balanced. This is going to be a very WWE heavy episode, folks. I don't have much for you on the AEW
Thank
front.
God no one wants to hear about AEW.
Fuck you. But speaking of fuck yous, let's talk about Crown Jewel.
Let's do it.
Uh,
Let's talk about it.
all
What do you
right.
want to know?
So,
Ooh, what
so,
do you want to know?
so real quick, by the way, since the last 11 counts of now, we actually went to a WWE show in our home area,
Yeah.
technically, the Valley, the RGV. They had a SmackDown house show down here, and for
Was it a
anyone who's in
SmackDown
that
house
show,
show?
it's under the umbrella of SmackDown. Yeah,
Oh,
it's Super
okay.
Show, but it was a SmackDown Super Show.
Interesting.
But what did you think of it?
I mean, I thought it was fun. For me, the best matches probably were the first one, the
SmackDown.
Lashley and the Street Profits versus LWO. I was gonna call him LAX. Remember LAX from TNA?
Dude, they were good. I wish
I loved LAX. I thought they were the shit.
I like them and Beer Money Inc. Like
Fucking
that was
TNA had such a good tag team division in that
yeah.
'04 to like '07 range.
Also
Like
their
with
women's division, man.
yeah, with the
And
revival of Team 3D. Um and then
the
what
Motor
was
City
that
Machine Guns.
Canadian group? The one that what's his face? Eric what's his name? God damn it, what is his name?
Not the Motor City Machine Guns.
No, it was a Canadian group.
Let's see. Canadian tag team with Eric Young.
Yes, with Eric Young. I believe he was in it. Or he was like or he fought with them a bunch of times.
Eric Young, TNA, Eric Young, Josh Alexander, I think you might be thinking of the Motor City Machine Guns because I'm looking up his history right now. Main Event
Maybe.
Mafia?
No, that was
Oh, it's
after.
literally called Team Canada, bro.
Yeah, Team Canada.
Literally just
Yeah,
called Team Canada.
Team Canada, I remember them. Man, TNA had such a badass tag team division.
Damn,
And
Petey Williams was
honestly,
a part of them?
that stretch, their pay-per-views are pretty fucking good.
You know, do you think if they hadn't gone like the Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff route, do you think they really
Yes.
could have built?
Yes. I think if they would have gotten someone else to run TNA aside from Bischoff and Hogan,
Yeah.
yes.
Heyman, I saw a documentary recently, and I told you about it, how Heyman had to step away from wrestling for a few years. He wanted to, and he's like, I feel better about it now. I was able to build stuff for myself, and yada yada. He was burned down on wrestling. If
Yeah.
Heyman had gone to TNA, can you imagine what would have happened?
I
They
mean,
wouldn't
if he would have had the financial backing, I think TNA would have been a more successful ECW.
much more successful. But not only that, he would have had the ears of like because he said in an interview, and I think it's called Between the Ropes. He said if he had kept the ECW going, that they would have picked up the guys like the Seth Rollins, the Finn Balor's, the Kevin Steens,
Yeah.
the Sami Zayn's. Like he would have like picked all of those guys up.
Yeah. Because I
And I
mean,
could
and TNA had prime fucking guys at the time. Christopher Daniels,
AJ
Chris
Styles,
Sabin, AJ Styles, Perk Angle,
Samoa Joe.
Abyss, Samoa Joe. Like they had
Man,
prime fucking guys on TNA. It
it was
was
a great
just money, dude. Like they brought in what's their face and
Dixie
they
Carter.
brought in Eric Bischoff and they brought in Hogan and even Vince Russo. Didn't they bring in Vince Russo?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like Vince Russo is a fucking cancer to wrestling. I love when I hear Jim Cornette like talk about his fucking hate for Vince Russo.
I'm looking. Holy shit! They wrestled at the Alamo Dome. I mean, they didn't sell it out, but goddamn, I didn't know about that.
They were ambitious.
Their biggest show ever was in San Antonio in the Alamo Dome for a lockdown.
I love
Seth,
Lockdown. I loved their idea of a steel cage.
did you,
I love the
okay,
six-sided ring. The six-sided ring I thought was the best part about them.
okay. Let me ask you this: did you like the King of the Mountain match?
It was okay. Wasn't the greatest.
Just I'm not gonna lie, man. I always thought it was stupid, but all right. Let me see. Team Aces and Eights. TNA. God damn it, man. They could have been great. This is such an underrated match. If you ever have the chance to watch it, Kaz versus Kurt Angle in I think 2006 or 2007. It was on TNA. It was just like a normal free TV match. Blew my fucking mind when they wrestled. But
Hmm.
anyway, speaking of TNA, let's talk about WWE. And they just had a show called Crown Jewel, aka Blood Money the Musical. Um, and it
Hey man, the
was like
world runs on blood money.
you're not incorrect, unfortunately. Um, so the opening match, so Sami Zayn initially wasn't even welcomed in the country of Saudi Arabia. Now, not only is he wrestling there, but it's kind of weird to see
Hold
him
on,
like just
before we continue, we can make the argument that AEW is built on the concussions of NFL players.
what?
Didn't Tony Khan get his money from his papa?
Yeah,
So AEW is built on the
I feel
broken brains
I
of
feel like
NFL
there's a big
players.
difference between professional athletes knowing what they're getting themselves into and
Apparently
like
not because they were lied
oppressive
to about all the
regimes.
things.
Oppressive regimes. Don't compare Saudi
Apparently
Arabia.
not.
Are you comparing Saudi Arabia to the NFL?
Are you saying NFL players' lives don't matter?
I'm saying that NFL players knowingly put themselves at risk.
Wow.
I'll
Wow.
say that. Hey, man, it
That's
ain't fucking
fucked up.
ballet. NFL players go on
You
record saying, "Hey, man, if I'm
are
getting the shit kicked out of me, I better get paid
fucked
for it."
up.
Also, I learned a lot about John Bones Jones.
Okay.
God damn, does he have a sketchy ass like upbringing?
Yeah, but he fights like a motherfucker.
Now, you're not wrong, but like, fuck. Yeah, I got anyway. Sami Zayn wrestled JD McDonough. It was a fine opening match. It was fine. Good opener.
Yeah,
Um, but
I missed that one actually.
then we get a match that I was interested in. I know you probably might have been. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. What did you think?
It was a good match. Really good match. I mean, I legit thought Drew McIntyre could win.
Is there any part of you that actually wanted him to win though?
I would have liked him winning. Like I really would have.
Uh, I saw a post and I agree with it. I kind of hope McIntyre turns heel because he's talking a lot to Judgment Day. You notice those background skits where he's talking to Rhea Ripley a lot.
Yeah.
Um, so Drew won the title in front of no fans, right? Then
Uh-huh.
WrestleMania 37 comes around, loses to Lashley. In
Mm-hmm.
2000, in 2022 at Clash of the Castle, he was probably the most realistic person besides Cody Rhodes that would have beaten Roman Reigns for the titles. Loses. And then this year, big fucking title match in front of a solid crowd in Crown Jewel,
Mm-hmm.
loses. When do you think Drew's going to turn heel?
I mean, I can only imagine it soon because I mean, Drew hasn't really had that good of a run. I mean, they do this usually when they usually do this when a superstar is about to go heel.
Well, let me ask you this. How much do you know about behind the scenes and his contract and all that stuff?
Of who? Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really know much.
So as I understand it, and again, I have limited knowledge. I only have other news sites to go off of. Drew, among other people like Becky Lynch and a few other major stars, their contracts are running out in 2024 with WWE. They
Uh-huh.
haven't even begun negotiation contracts. It's believed that Endeavor is kind of interfering within the contract negotiations as
Uh-huh.
far as like how they're going to negotiate, how much money, blah blah blah. Do you think if If Drew agrees to a new deal, do you think he wins the world title soon?
Uh, I don't know, dude. I mean, the only title that's up for grabs right now is probably the world heavyweight. We all know that the WWE title's in limbo. Um, I mean, I could see him winning the world heavyweight championship. I think he deserves to win the world heavyweight championship. I don't see as to why he shouldn't.
Do you think we'll ever get Drew McIntyre main eventing WrestleMania again?
I mean, it sucks that the only WrestleMania he main evented was the COVID one. I would hope
Yeah.
that we get to see him again. It's not fair to him.
Mhm. You're not wrong. Okay. Up next, we got Rhea Ripley defending her women's world championship against Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, woo,
in
Shayna
a
Baszler,
fatal 5-way.
and Zoe Starks. Yeah. Uh,
Dude, I didn't know that Ronda Rousey quote unquote retired.
sorta. So apparently she's doing an indie show for
Yeah,
like indie
she's
money
doing indies,
for,
but
for
she
a
has
charity event.
technically retired.
Yeah. Oh, she was done.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I think she wasn't having fun anymore, but apparently she has a friend that's a wrestler with AEW, and supposedly AEW might make a play for Ronda Rousey, but we'll see. I mean, it's a
Mm,
more part-time schedule than WWE is. Like she was doing house shows. AEW, you
true,
show up once a week.
true.
Ripley defended her title. She won. I'm not shocked at all. Like there was no chance anyone was going to beat her.
Well,
Um,
I mean, yeah, I don't know, dude. Rhea, they had her in that match. I didn't think there was any chance that she was gonna lose,
zero,
like at
zero
all.
chance.
Like, I think the surprise winner should have been Raquel.
Mhm.
I feel like she does need that chance. Like, I
Well,
feel like they just tease it so much,
mhm.
and I
Well,
feel like she does need that fucking chance.
well, okay. Let me ask you this: Raquel Rodriguez actually does tower over Rhea Ripley, if I'm not mistaken. I think Rhea is like what 5'8", maybe. Let me see.
Rhea
But
Ripley, I think she's 5'10".
no, she's 5'7".
Oh, she's 5'7". God damn.
Yeah, 5'7". So she's 5'7". Raquel Rodriguez is 6 feet tall. I think, and I don't know if they're gonna do this because bear in mind, man, the way that they presented Raquel Rodriguez is not great. We saw it at our fucking house show. She had the
Yeah.
most generic fucking Titantron and the most generic fucking music you can imagine.
Dude, she needs a revamp.
She does. But what if she wins the Royal Rumble? What if that's her revamp?
I mean, I would hope so. Either that or turn her heel.
I'll take. I mean, dude, with her size, she needs a better finisher too, man. You know what would be a great finisher?
Huh.
Fucking the big boot. Just fucking shotgun someone in the face like Test. Imagine that as her finisher. That would be
It's
awesome.
also it's also just like fuck, man. Like she's big. She's
Mhm.
a tall chick. She's strong. You have to fucking do something with her for the love of God.
Yeah. I mean, dude, she and I think part of it is also the fact that, like, let's face it, man, with Eddie Guerrero, they saw it. The Latino market's massive. Look at Eddie Guerrero, look at Rey Mysterio, any Hispanic wrestler. Like, there is a massive market for us. So I think if they put the title on Raquel,
Yeah.
I think it's a good call. But you know what? Let her. God, if she wins the Rumble, that'd be awesome. Um,
I
but
God,
then,
I could only hope.
but then we get to honestly not a match that was surprising but seemingly obvious. Solo Sikoa versus John Cena, and
I thought with all that Arabian blood money that fucking Cena was gonna win.
I mean, I thought so too. I
Because
would have
they love
assumed.
Cena over there.
Well, not just that, man. Like they really, Cena even mentioned it. He hasn't won a one-on-one match in years.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I legitimately thought that he was gonna win.
Um, and he does the five moves of doom. But then Solo just Samoan spikes the shit out of John Cena, murdering his throat.
He
Um,
fucked his ass up.
yeah, dude, I would kill. Cena's too old; he can't do it now. I would kill to see Solo Sikoa versus John Cena, Last Man Standing. Go run back that Umaga match from 2007. That might be the only instant classic Umaga ever had. That match
True.
is amazing.
I mean, like, you know, that one's just tough. What'd you think of oh well, one thing we didn't talk about. What do you think of Priest with the fake out
Cashing in.
he was gonna cash in. He
I
faked
don't,
out.
dude. I don't think he's cashing in until after WrestleMania.
I
They
mean, yeah.
they keep teasing it, but I think he's cashing in post Mania because who's
I
going to cash in
legit thought
on
he was
Reigns?
cashing in.
That would make sense for Saudi Arabia match. Like it would make sense
I
that he would
legit
have
thought he
cashed
was
in.
gonna cash in, and then here comes Sami Zayn and he takes the fucking briefcase from him.
You know, I wonder at what point are they going to kill Sami Zayn? Because dude, it's been going on forever. This Judgment
Why
Day
are they
versus
gonna kill
everyone
him?
bullshit. God, he keeps interfering. Like they need to cripple his ass. I'm sorry, but that's what they're going to have to do at some point.
Dude, I feel like Sami Zayn, ever since he's gotten out of the bloodline, he hasn't really had that great of a story.
I think he had a great story with Kevin Owens, but that lost steam real fucking quick because they kept getting injured. Both of them, they lost the titles.
Yeah. And then they did
Uh,
that weird thing of Jay and Cody
Cody,
losing the fucking titles, which didn't make sense whatsoever.
I didn't get that whatsoever. I did not understand.
I honestly didn't either. I was like, why the fuck are you putting the titles on them if you're just gonna take them off?
I mean, I wonder if they were planning on going one way and then they just swerved. I have no fucking clue. Or shit, maybe that was the week because supposedly what happened was at some point, and I have no basis for this. I'm just saying shit. Supposedly at some point, Vince was still interfering with creative, and then from one week to the next, it was like, "Hey Vince, you're not touching creative anymore." Period. Like whoever's Vince's boss basically slapped his hand and said no mas. So maybe that was a Vince call, and
Yeah.
then Triple H was like, "All right, we're going back to what we fucking should have been doing." I don't know. Cena though, man, I really want Cena to break the record. I want him to win his 17th world title. I don't think he is, but I really want him to.
Really? You want Cena to win 17 titles?
I
But it has to be
honestly,
a world title, though. Like a WWE championship or world heavyweight title.
yeah, I think it
Um,
should be the WWE title also. But
I
he
don't know.
can't be the one to end Roman Reigns. But dude, I would like it if Cena were the one to break the record.
I don't know, dude. I don't think he ever will. It's funny
Eh,
that he's back right now because of the fucking actor
right?
strike.
Well, supposedly that strike might be coming to an end soon, so maybe that's why Solo Sikoa just squashed him. Not
Maybe.
squashed him, but he fucking decimated him at the end there.
True. I don't know, dude. It is a tough fucking road right now. Like I feel like WWE's in shit fucking water.
Why?
I don't know, dude. I feel like they just don't have like good stories right now.
I think that they've been running the same stories for too long.
Exactly. Like
Like,
like Roman Reigns. That fucking story needs to die already. Fuck, man. Like I can't tell you how much I don't give a fuck about Roman being 1,000 and some days as champion because he doesn't fucking defend it.
he's had 54 successful defenses. Hogan had 400 and some.
Exactly.
Like,
Apparently, the rumor mill is that Roman might be on his way out because of his former cancer prognosis.
I mean, shit, do you think that means he only has a few more matches left in him?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, cancer takes a toll on people.
You're not wrong. I saw that headline too. I just don't know if I believe it because of everything he's been doing. Then again, his matches are more acting than they are matches now. Like he does more enunciating more trash talk than before. Like in most, like where's the trash talk in Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre? There's not. They just fight.
Like
Roman uses audio.
the LA Knight one was a really good build up to a story
Yeah,
because LA Knight's a good fucking person on the mic.
yeah.
And
Well,
he's
okay.
hot right now. The dude is on fucking fire.
What's it called? Do you want to jump to Roman Reigns versus LA Knight, or do you want to circle back? Up to you.
I mean, what's up next?
Logan
In
Paul
Crown
versus Rey
Jewel.
Mysterio.
Dude. Do you think Escobar left the brass knuckles on purpose?
Honestly, that would be a good story.
I think he did.
Like Ray, you're past your prime. You need to leave something for the rest of us now. But
Yeah, I
the
think he
LWO
left it on
sells way
purpose.
too
It
much
looked like
merch.
he left it on purpose.
Yeah. Well, no, the thing is also the LWO sells way too much merch, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, and Ray, God knows when the dude's gonna finally fucking retire.
He said he's got 2 years left in him.
Really? 2 years? Fuck.
Well, I mean, he's on a part-time schedule, man. He's on a Shawn Michaels deal. Like we didn't see him at the house show. If they were gonna bust him out at any fucking house show, it would have been in the RGV. We're basically in Mexico. They didn't bust him out for us, so they're not gonna bust him out again. I don't think so. Supposedly, he wants his last match to be against Dominic, and he wants it to be for his mask. Supposedly, I don't know. But
He
two
wants
years
who
is
to be his last match?
Dominic.
I don't know, dude. Dominic, Dominic too. Dominic's whole story is already getting like goddamn nerves.
Again, but does he sell merch and bring ratings? He does technically.
Probably.
Him and Rhea Ripley do bring a lot of ratings. Like I don't like
Well,
it, but
Rhea
it's true.
Ripley brings in the rating. I mean, come on now.
Hey man, when he wrestles on NXT, there's a rating spike. People want to
Dude, you
see
know
that
what I
little
think is
bastard
funny?
lose.
How in Saudi Arabia they make the chicks wear the bodysuits,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like you watch this shit on TV. You know, goddamn well these chicks ain't wearing bodysuits all the time. You are obviously watching this shit for something else.
Hey man, whoever's a fan is a fan for whatever
You
reason.
goddamn hypocrites.
Well, like also, I don't like giving WWE credit, but I will give them a little credit. When they first started doing these shows, no women allowed to wrestle. Now we had two women's matches on the show by itself. So I begrudgingly give them credit.
Yeah.
Um, and the women didn't have to wear big ass t-shirts like they did the first time. Um, but okay, so we got Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio. Dude, again, I hate how good Logan Paul is in the ring. Did you see when he saved Rey Mysterio from breaking his neck?
Yeah.
The ring awareness. I don't like him. He's a bastard, but the dude is athletic as fuck.
Yeah, he's not bad. He does have the athleticism to save a lot of shit that would go wrong for most new guys in the ring.
Well, also like look at the match he had with Roman Reigns. I think it was Crown Jewel last year, maybe. Like their match, unfortunately, was really fucking good. I remember when I think he was taking a selfie when he did like a frog splash.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, against Roman at
I
the
hate
last
that.
year's Crown Jewel.
I hate that. But it was pretty fucking cool.
And
Uh
last year's Crown Jewel, he did have a really good fucking match with Roman, surprisingly.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like Logan Paul, I don't like the dude, but he can go.
Yeah,
Uh
unfortunately, he does have good genetics and he's very athletic. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, he looks like a guy that can be a part of wrestling.
do
And
you
he's
ever think he
champion
win
right now.
do you ever think he wins the world title?
Fuck, God, I hope not.
What if he does?
Fuck, dude, that's on par with David Arquette.
But you got okay. I again, I want to be clear. I don't like Logan Paul, but
Granted,
he is
he's
a
more
much better
athletic
wrestler.
than David Arquette.
He's a
But I
much
mean,
better wrestler than David
it's
Arquette.
a celebrity. Like he's not a wrestler.
But see, that could be such a great part of the story where everyone targets him. Even the heels are like, "You're not one of us. You're not. So we're gonna do everything we can to bust your ass and get the title off you." That could be a story.
Yeah, that's true.
Um, but okay, then we get Io Sky versus Bianca Belair, which also had the return of I want to say Kairi Sane. Yeah, Kairi Sane.
Oh
She made
yeah,
a
I
return.
she was fired. No,
No, I don't know if she was let go during the mass releases, but if I'm not mistaken, she wanted to like just she was just an ambassador, I think, for WWE. She was on like a almost like a Legends contract, sort of, where like she just did PR for them, but she wasn't wrestling for them because she wanted to be in Japan with her family, with her husband.
true. I mean, I guess, but Io Sky is a tough champion, man. She
Why do you
just
say
doesn't
that?
have that star power.
I like
I,
her though.
and it's not that I don't like her. Like I've seen some shit that she did in Lucha Underground. Like she's done some good shit. It's just she doesn't have that star power.
She doesn't have the Asuka level of charisma,
Yeah.
but Asuka's a once in a lifetime like it's so overused generational talent. But Asuka is a legitimate generational talent. I'd say
And it looks like she never ages.
true, dude. I would put Asuka on par with Lita and Trish easily.
Yeah.
I would put it up there. But okay, so Io Sky defeated Bianca Belair. Shocked, but good for her. Then we get
I
Cody Rhodes
did you
versus.
think that we were gonna see a Jade Cargill appearance or no?
No, no, they wouldn't do it here. I think her first match is going to be very publicized, very public, and I think it's going to be a squash.
NXT or WWE?
Oh, Raw for sure, Raw.
I mean, she made an appearance at NXT.
Yeah, but they're just trying to tease like where is she going to end up, guys? Nah, she's going to be on Raw, I think.
Mm.
Um, but then we get Cody Rhodes versus Damian Priest. It was a match, nothing special. I don't want to say they're dulling Cody Rhodes, but I,
It's just
mm,
tough, dude, because everyone knows what he's supposed to be doing.
yeah, but like
And like it's like we all know what he's supposed to be doing and WWE doesn't.
that's part of the problem with having him not win the title back at fucking WrestleMania 39. Think
Yeah,
about it,
now he's
man.
in fucking limbo.
Well, think about it, man. We could have been having all these fresh matches like for the past fucking what 7 months, but
Yep.
no, we get Roman Reigns if he and when he's around. Like, dude,
Yep.
imagine Cody had won the title and then the next day he shows up on Raw. Everyone is targeting him, baby faces and heels. Drew McIntyre hits a Claymore. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then Lesnar F5. Son, you're a target now. You have the title. Getting to the top of the hill is easy. Staying there is a bitch. You're gonna learn.
I just really hope he wins, man. If anyone deserves to win, it's him.
You're not wrong, man. I hope you're right.
Like,
I
have you
hope you're
seen
right.
his documentary?
I haven't, man. I need to watch the Slide documentary. I need to watch
Watch
any
it, and you're
ads.
gonna be like, "Fucking, he deserves to win." He does talk about
um,
AEW though.
good. Oh yeah, I'm interested now. I appreciate the fact that they were very candid with it.
He talks about AEW. He talks about making All In,
Mhm.
like the logistics for that pay-per-view. He even says like, I want you to leave this part in as is. I don't want you to edit it. I don't even want you to take this part out of it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna tell you why I left AEW. I'm gonna tell you why not. So he basically disproves a lot of things that people were saying why he left.
Did you mention creative?
Yeah, he does.
Really? Oh, so it was a legitimate thing. I have to prove it to myself.
Yeah.
All right, I appreciate that. My respect. All right.
I mean, and Vince went to his house.
The pitcher?
Yes. Vince
Shit.
went to his house to get him to sign.
Dude, I don't even remember the last time Vince ever did that for anybody.
Probably not in a long time.
Wow. Dude, I can't even think. Has Vince, man, maybe not since like the 80s or 90s has he gone to someone's house to pit. The only time I've heard of Vince going to someone's house was Bret Hart
Yeah.
when he was him and Bret were talking. He was like, "I want you to be the Babe Ruth of WWF." Anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
let's
He
talk
went to
about
his house. Um, and that documentary is just interesting because he does talk about like all the shit, like a lot of good shit that's very good to know. Like especially the fact that he came in right before NXT started, and then NXT started. All those guys get called Dusty's kids, and meanwhile he is Dusty's kid.
he doesn't get that moniker
Yeah.
or anything. Mm.
But
Um,
yeah. So then we get to the main event: LA Knight versus Roman Reigns. And it was a good match. LA Knight did a good fucking match, solid match, good spots, good fake pins, false pins.
Question: did any part of you legitimately think that LA Knight could win?
At the end there was that slight part because I mean there is a part where Jimmy comes in and tries to screw him over and he stops it and then he hits Roman with his signature. And I was like, oh shit, like he might
Maybe.
actually fucking win.
Man, I would not have been mad if he had one. I
I
I
wouldn't
would
have
not have been
either.
mad.
I would not
Huh?
have been mad if he would have won and then dropped the title like a month later.
Just so he could say he won the world title once.
Yeah.
Um, man, LA Knight. Again, this is part of the problem with WWE right now is they're not striking while the iron's hot with a lot of guys. LA Knight's one of them. Like Cena
Hmm.
gave him the rub, and Cena was even like, "Hey man, I lost, but you know who you haven't beaten? This motherfucker. What more do you want?" Cena gave him the goddamn shine. Granted, LA
Hmm.
Knight's only 41. I'm sure he has at least maybe another 5 to 6 years left in him. Don't waste them, dude. He was the top merch seller the last 3 months, I believe. Like, fucking give him a title. Have him beat Seth then at Mania. Like, someone's got to take out Seth and get that title off him. Seth has been champion enough times and long enough. I think Seth's like a 6 or 7 time world champ.
Yeah, Seth has defended that belt a lot. Like they weren't kidding when they said that was gonna be the working man's belt.
Which I respect. Don't get me wrong. I completely respect it. Yeah, okay, he's a 5 time champion. Um, like if you're not taking the title off of Roman, fucking put I don't know, man. Whoever dethrones Seth will be a made man, as well as whoever dethrones Roman.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was Crown Jewel. Um,
I'd say a solid B uh pay-per-view.
I'm inclined to agree with that. Solid B. I agree with you there.
Wasn't horrible.
Um, God damn, I really hope. Fuck, I hope Survivor Series is good.
Well, it's War Games again.
Good, but we don't. I know we don't know the lineup yet, but I gotta assume maybe it's like a super. I'm assuming Jimmy. No, yeah, I'm assuming Jimmy Uso with Solo Sikoa, um, Balor and Priest versus. I'm assuming the team of Rhodes, Jay, LA Knight, and Cena. Maybe I don't know.
I've just never been a big fan of Survivor Series, especially the whole team shit.
Dude, 2005 Survivor Series. I will defend. That was a great fucking show.
Which one's 05?
That was the first Raw versus SmackDown where it actually felt legit.
Mm.
Like fucking, I can't believe it, but that match was legitimately good.
Hmm.
Uh, that's because they
I
had
remember
Chris
the one
Masters.
where Sean won the World Heavyweight Championship.
2002 in Madison Square Garden.
Yep.
Yeah, that was
At the
when
first Elimination Chamber.
that was Raw's answer to the No Mercy Hell in a Cell between Taker and Lesnar.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode of the 11 count. Fernie, you wanna outro us?
Thank you for joining us for the 11 count. Me and Eddie try to put out a podcast for 11 count every couple of weeks. God knows when we're gonna get to the Montreal school job. We've said that we're gonna do this. It's
Next time for sure.
developing. It's a
Next time for
development
sure.
in progress.
Next time for
But
sure.
we might get there eventually. But yeah. Thank you for joining us for the 11 count. Please check us out on the Rollback Network, where you get your wrestling and your movie needs. I'm Fernando.
I've been Eddie.
And this was the 11 count. Let's ring the bell.
Cool. Perfect. All right.